So these ass wipes that the Greenville group chooses to house in large numbers are criminally insane. I mean, they're completely off the rails, abnormal, mentally disturbed, psychotic, and aggressive. That's a fact. It is verifiable by conversations with agents from the housing court, conversations with law enforcement, conversations with Greenville's own management team, who will admit that these people are not normal. And they are being permitted, regardless, to behave in ways that are extremely aggressive, intrusive, and harmful to other people. People who are not as mentally disturbed, psychotic, perverted, dysfunctional as they are. So it is right around 5:15 a.m. right now. I've been lying on this bed since around 11:45, trying to sleep. I have to get up for work. Unlike these rejected piece of ghetto filth ass wipes, I have responsibilities. They have a problem with that, and they've been getting really aggressive over the last few hours. And Jasmine Irizarry, the psycho scum, rejected ass wipe, career filth that Greenville is choosing to sponsor because she's a career criminal and has abilities that come in handy for them, has been sitting in the bathroom directly behind my kitchen sink, in the premises of her former unit that is now vacant and being kept vacant for some strange reason by the Greenville group, who have been deliberately keeping the unit behind this wall permanently vacant for over 2 years now. It's been 2.5 years since I had a conversation with Mr. Eliseyev, the property manager, about how he had moved Irizarry, the psycho scum, rejected asswipe, career piece of filth, out of Unit 78, but that he continues to choose to house her in this building. Irizarry has been smoking up a storm in and around the premises of her former unit that is now vacant throughout the last few hours. And while I've been lying here on my bed trying to sleep, Irizarry's been smoking like a psychotic chimney and blowing a lot of smoke and fumes into this unit. At the same time, the violent psycho thug career asswipe, also a career asswipe directly below me in 76, has been getting really ornery, agitated, and violent because that piece of shit is also mentally disturbed, behaviorally challenged, and rejected by society, as evidenced by the fact that that reject never leaves its unit. It's an it. These pieces of shit are not human. They behave like psychotic, violent, aggressive animals, especially towards me, because I have more going on than they do, and I always will. I always will have more going on than these pieces of filth, because I'm not a psychotic, rejected, asswipe piece of filth like they are. I'm not a career criminal. They are. And Greenville is very proud of the fact that they house large numbers of criminally insane career thugs in this building complex. People such as Charles Thomas, who have rap sheets a mile long, who can't stop commenting on my videos, even though I will never have anything to do with Mr. Thomas, or pieces of filth, rejected asswipes like him. These are all a bunch of rejected BLM asswipe males who are involuntarily celibate and can't leave women alone. They have serious issues with women, and they think that hate stalking women makes you their girlfriend. That's how mentally disturbed and delusional these asswipes are. Just read the comments on my videos. I have never spoken to any of these people deliberately, without being forced to do so by them basically shouting things at me as I walk by or blocking access to the doorways. And also, over the last few hours, while I've been lying on my bed quietly trying to sleep because I have to get up for work, I also have appointments and financial obligations I need to take care of at my bank. Unlike these ass wipes, I have finances. Pretty sure they don't, unless they're getting paid by BLM to be career ghetto trash ass wipe rejects, as all BLM activists seem to be. They're really not doing anything for elevating Black people or making Black people more, functional. Really, if you're acting like a career thug, you're not really doing much. You're basically destroying things, not building things. And strong Black people such as Barack Obama and Oprah Winfrey got to where they are without the help of BLM. So there's that. But they have been using a directed energy device on me while I've been lying here for the last few hours. And because Irizarry, the psycho rejected asswipe career thug, who apparently operates for the Greenville Group and also for BLM because Greenville sponsors BLM in this building, she has been using her directed energy device continuously on me for the last few hours while I've been lying here trying to rest. It's actually been quite painful, and there's nothing I can do to get away from it. It's basically like being squeezed. Your entire body is being squeezed continuously. You literally feel like you're being squeezed and electrocuted at the same time, because when you're electrocuted, it feels like you're being squeezed. I mean, if you've ever stuck your finger in an electric socket, that's exactly what it feels like. Oh, now she's doing it again. Piece of shit. That piece of shit never stops. She needs to just go jump off a cliff since she can't leave people alone. And just now, as I'm sitting here talking about how she's been using a directed energy device, she started using it again. So time to call the Greenville Group and tell them that their career psycho scum rejected BLM asswipe, Irizarry, the rejected career thug. I can't say enough bad things about this reject because that's all she is. She's a mentally disturbed, psychotic career hate stalker, basically, who is being sponsored by the Greenville Group and does things on behalf of BLM towards females. It's all about gender, folks. People who think this is about race, it's not. It's about gender. All of these career asswipes are psychotic male sex offenders. Irizarry acts like a male, looks like a male, stinks like a male, smokes cigars in the bathroom of 78 like a male. So she might as well be a male. Maybe she's transgender. I don't know. But she is not a female in any sense of the word. She doesn't even look like one. So she's basically a pimp, and has proudly admitted to using surveillance devices in this unit because she's literally pimping out images of me using my bathroom to the career sex offender thugs who live in this building in large numbers and who Greenville is sponsoring because they're all BLM so-called activists that are really just psycho scum, asswipe, hate stalking pieces of shit. What time is it now? Like 5:20. My entire body feels like it's been. My entire body feels like it's been literally squeezed till the juice ran out. I mean, I have to drink gallons of water right now.
Otherwise, press 2 to leave a voicemail for the front office. After the tone, please leave a detailed message with your name and number so we may get back to you when we return.
Hi there. It's right around 5:20 a.m. now on Monday, September 10th, 2024. I'm calling for like a seventh time since Saturday afternoon to report some extremely hazardous, unhealthy, and unsafe conditions that your career psycho scum asswipes that you've been renting to in Unit 78, 76, and 88 have been creating in and around the premises of my own living space that is sandwiched between these rejected pieces of asswipe ghetto filth that you choose to place in all three adjacent units to mine. And over the last few hours, while I've been lying on my bed quietly trying to sleep, your career asswipe, Jasmine Irizarry, has been smoking up a storm in and around the premises of her former unit, Unit 78, located directly behind the wall of my kitchen sink and behind my bathroom that Greenville has been keeping permanently vacant, unrented, and empty for 2.5 years now, which is very strange. Why wouldn't you rent it? I mean, don't you need the rent money? But Irizarry, the psycho scum rejected career asswipe, who Greenville is retaining for her criminal abilities, is constantly in that bathroom, and she's been deliberately smoking like a chimney in the bathroom on the other side of the wall behind my kitchen sink for the last 4.5, 5 hours while I've been lying here trying to sleep. At the same time, the violent psycho thug directly below 76 has been getting all ornery and agitated and violent when I lie on my bed and do certain things on my bed, but not others. And I'm not even talking about doing anything weird. It's just when I happen to scratch certain body parts, he becomes violent, psychotic, and starts slamming things against the floor beneath my bed, which is his ceiling. Why would anybody in their right mind behave like that, especially late at night when nobody's making any noise and people are just lying on their beds? But he knows that I'm lying on my bed. He has knowledge of what I do when I'm lying on my bed, as he has admitted to having knowledge of. On the multiple occasions he's come up to my door and slammed things against it while shouting at me through the door about things that I quietly do in the privacy of my unit. So the violent psycho thug directly below 76 is using surveillance devices in my unit, as multiple people have informed me. And over the last 4.5, 5 hours, while I've been lying here trying to sleep, Jasmine Irizarry has resumed her use of the same directed energy device that she's been using on and off on my person since 2018. A directed energy device, for the retards who don't know what I'm talking about, is simply a very easy to manufacture, to make yourself device that harnesses and concentrates electromagnetic output that is the natural output of electronics such as cell phones, laptops, tablets, routers, and concentrates it in a directed stream that the user can then aim at people, places, and things to harm those people, places, and things. And Irizarry, claiming to be a structural engineer and an IT expert who solves problems, has admitted to using a directed energy device on me on social media in writing, and she has been doing that now over the last 4.5 hours. It is extremely harmful and painful. I've been lying here not knowing what to do. It is literally, you are literally getting electronically assaulted. It's like being electrocuted. It is intensely painful. It feels like your entire body is being squeezed tighter and tighter and tighter from head to toe. And it literally dries you out so that you feel like you've had all of the juice squeezed out of you. So right now I'm drinking gallons of water. I feel like I've been burned and squeezed to the point where I have no liquid left in me. And Irizarry, your career psycho scum, rejected asswipe, ghetto filth, BLM activist, as you know that you're housing large numbers of so-called BLM activists in this building, she is deliberately doing this just because you are allowing her to. I have written dozens of emails to the Greenville group over the last few years regarding Irizarry's use of this directed energy device. She continues to use it while I'm lying on my bed most frequently, but also when I try to use the toilet. And earlier this evening, when I tried to use the toilet in a common bathroom on a different floor, Irizarry was using her directed energy device to electronically assault me while I was sitting on that toilet, which proves that there are surveillance devices in common bathrooms throughout this building. That itself is a crime. I am recording this voicemail for legal purposes. I will be taking this entire matter to housing court and to criminal court and filing charges against Irizarry and against the Greenville group and Mr. Elisayev for permitting Irizarry to engage in the same exact pattern of extremely harassing, harmful behaviors, surveillance-based in my unit over the last few years. And Mr. Elisayev has chosen to continue to house Jasmine Irizarry, along with Kevin, the compulsive violent masturbator at 88, and the psycho thug directly below 76, whatever his name is. He goes by Beat Cat on social media. All of these three psychotic, violent criminals have been deliberately placed by Mr. Elisayev in all three adjacent units to mine, and they refuse to leave me alone. They're constantly using surveillance devices in my unit to harass me based on what I try to do in the privacy of this unit, which makes your entire housing case against me completely moot. It is invalid when this is not a private living space and when the Greenville group has admitted to using surveillance devices in this unit for the doxing of my personal activities to the violent sex offenders that you've chosen to house in all three adjacent units. And I am referring to 78, where the psycho scum rejected career asswipe Jasmine Irizarry continues to be permitted to access the permanently vacant premises of her former unit located behind my kitchen sink. I'm also talking about the violent thug directly below in 76, who seems to be the
Hello, you've reached the Greenville Real Estate Group. Our office hours are from 9
Nice.
to 5 Monday through Friday. Our office is currently closed. If this is an emergency, please press 1. Otherwise, press 2 to leave a voicemail for the front office.
That was a bit long-winded anyway.
Invalid input. Please try again.
Hello, you've reached the Greenville Real Estate Group.
Invalid input. Please try again.
Hello, you've reached the Greenville Real Estate Group.
I just need to keep it short. It's hard not to ramble. You've been kept awake all night by some type of electronic assault device.
Press 2 to leave a voicemail for the front office. After the tone, please leave a detailed message with your name and number so we may get back to you when we return.
Hi there. It's right around 5:30 a.m. on Monday, September 10th. 2024. This is the seventh voicemail I've had to leave for the Greenville group over the last 30 hours or so. Over the last few hours, I've been lying on my bed trying to sleep. And your sex offender, career criminal, psycho scum, criminally insane pieces of filth that you choose to house in Units 76, 78, and 88 have all been getting really aggressive, violent, and intrusive over the last few hours towards me while I've been lying on my bed quietly trying to rest. As you know, you are deliberately choosing to house these criminally insane sex offender psychopaths in all three adjacent units to mine. And as you know, you are using surveillance devices in my living space, as you have admitted to doing on multiple occasions during personal conversations. And so nothing that happens after that should be a surprise to anyone. And one of these sex offender psychopaths, criminally insane nut jobs that you rent to is Jasmine Irizarry, who continues to be permitted to access the permanently vacant premises of her former unit located directly behind the wall of my kitchen sink, which is the permanently vacant Unit 78. Over the last few hours, Irizarry has been doxing her physical presence in the premises of the unit behind my kitchen sink by smoking continuously intense amounts of cigar smoke and marijuana smoke